the royal known as Meghan Markle has been given this ultimate warning. Stop dithering about, get on with it, and make a concise decision. Not the sort of words necessarily one would think that Meghan would want to hear, seemingly because she likes to be in control, as we've seen with those various speeches and her own fashion choices. But even now, her latest team, the people around her that have been incited to try and put her back on track and make her popular once again, are getting itchy feet. As ever, let me explain. As you know, I love to share things with you, and on this day in 1847, Jesse James was born, proving nothing's new, is it? Born in Kansas City, and of course was the leader of all those robberies against the highway and all that sort of stuff. I just find it incredible because we look at the world today, we think, oh, how did that happen? It's just happened in a different form. We were not around, and as I've often said here on the show, social media wasn't around either. Possibly a lot easier in those days. Smaller communities, you know? A little bit like Dick Turpin over here, infamous robbery highwayman that Adam Ant made a very clever pop record about. Who remembers Prince Charming? I digress. As ever, get told off. Back to your breaking royal story of the day. This is a tricky time now, as one can imagine, for Meghan Markle, because as we know, the imminent arrival back to the world of social media, the world that both she and Prince Harry said was toxic and terrible and all of that sort of stuff. You know, I never believed that Meghan would not be interested in social media. She's too much of a narcissist not to be involved. I know that she does look at many aspects of social media every day. And in fact, Prince Harry let slip, did he not, about looking at the reviews, the positive reviews of his book on Amazon. I'm not being unkind, it's human nature, and naturally you're always focusing on the negative. But now even Meghan's brand new team have this problem, you see, because as they look towards her and decide how exactly they're going to remarket this particular individual, we know that she's thinking Instagram's the key. Not quite sure why she thinks Instagram is. And of course, there's been this big speculation about that she could get up to 1 million per post. I think that's been a little bit advantageous, to say the least, because I don't know what companies who would wish to align themselves with Meghan would actually give her 1 million. You're talking about the AAA type companies like Cartier, that sort of stuff. They wouldn't necessarily want to spend that on a single post on, of course, something like a social media platform. And even though we know the name of the alleged new social media platform, it's not rising up into the millions that people had thought. Hence the reason her team are now saying, stop dithering about, get the comeback going, and let's see if this is going to work. There is a lot of reticence within inside the Meghan Markle camp, because she knows that if this truly fails, it's up there with the Pearl, a massive public slapdown in the face. Following on from the fact that being called grifters and the removal of a mega Spotify deal, this more than anything will bring home the reality of maybe how unpopular Meghan is right now. And I don't mean that in an unkind way, but there's nothing like the pushback from social media to let you know how well you're doing. But for the team who are getting paid handsomely to try and turn this around, what they believe in is now is the hottest time ever for Meghan to return. Will she be brave enough to do it though? Or will she still be dithering around come Christmas? It's a developing story. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.